Hi, so before the video officially starts, I just wanted to mention very quickly that in the description you will see my link to try out the Tertulia online bookstore membership for free, or if you don't want to do the membership, my discount code for books is also down there, and the link to join my channel membership is there if you're interested. I do a vlog once a week, and sometimes I do member-only lives, so if you want to support me, that is the best way. Trust, everything goes to paying my tuition. But yeah, enjoy the video. So I'm here with the Aesthetics of Resistance, and I guess this is going to be the start of my reading vlog. I'm only on page 16, so that's not even that far. I'm trying to read all day and then start drafting parts of my thesis, but yeah. Let's get into it. I've already read the intro. So I actually went to Albert Heijn with my friends, and then this man started talking to us outside of the library, so I read like 3 pages, but I'm going to continue, even though I should probably move on to actually doing my schoolwork. But part of me is convincing myself that this is kind of schoolwork. Like, conceptually, this is beneficial to my thesis in some way, shape, or form. So I took a break. I'm on my way to my friend's place to drop off a little gift for her and pick up a shirt that I left there. And I have reached like page 30 of the Aesthetics of Resistance, and honestly, like, it's so amazing because, first of all, the writing itself and the descriptions of the setting and of just like the fundamental parts of where they're at and like who this person is and who his friends are is so good. But then also this place that it takes you to of like analysis of art in a friend group as a way to question like political ideology and criticize the way that the masses are being suppressed. It's just so good. So I mean, more on this later, but I need to go meet her. But I wanted to say something. Reading vlog day 2. Yesterday I ended up going to a birthday picnic in the park and then going to a little dinner with my friends late in the evening. And then I came home and passed out, so I did not read anymore. But today is a beautiful, warm, sunny day. I'm actually wearing my bathing suit under this because I want a tan. And I think even though I want to continue reading the Aesthetics of even though I want to keep reading the Aesthetics of Resistance, I might go and just take Pitch Dark by Renata Adler. I would love to finish this up because it's going to be due soon at the library. And it's a perfect size. And as I'm reading this, because I'm on page 31, it's another one of these books that I feel I have surrendered to. I also don't think that it's a typical type of narrative structure, because there are names that I'm like, am I missing something? And I go back and I realize that no, I have not heard this name before or whatever. But it's just that every single paragraph or page or whatever is kind of its own little world. Are they connected? Maybe I'm just not paying enough attention and I haven't realized that they are, but I'm just enjoying the prose, which is a good thing. This is kind of like my go-to read when I just want to be reading something beautiful that makes me feel good emotions at the moment. And there's this part that I read that is amazing, so I'll read this part. Let me just say this about Homer. That part in the Odyssey about the weaving and the unweaving and the suitors, it cannot be true, not quite that way, and Homer, I think, never meant us to believe it. At home, the faithful wife with their son Telemachus, weaving on the road, Ulysses fighting all those years, fighting as it happens to bring another man's woman, Helen, back from Troy. That is not the point, right? He's at war, she's faithfully weaving at home, but she explains the matter, or Homer does on her behalf, in this way, that she rejected the suitors, kept them all at bay by constant daylight weaving, and the claim that she must refuse them all until her work, this carpet or blanket or tapestry perhaps, in any event, this piece of weaving, was complete. Then at night, every night, she secretly unwove what she had woven by day. Unobservant for some time these suitors, unobservant too Telemachus, a troubled child. It is hard to know at this remove whether the underlying situation was simply a conspiracy among the wife and suitors to conceal that she had been sleeping with one, or maybe all of them. It is only clear that, as a faithful wife, she had two difficult circumstances to explain: the presence of the suitors and how very little weaving she had done. Enraptured as he always was with cleverness, Ulysses believed the story, or pretended to. After all, he slew the suitors all the same, but that his wife did not unweave by night, and therefore by implication hardly ever wove by day, we've known ever since we learned not what love is, but what reporting is, and what public figures are, and how much more than we were ever taught to expect is really lies. And then it moves on to something new, you know what I mean? But I just thought that was such an interesting take and such a powerful ending sentence and statement that is made. So yeah, basically we're gonna read this today. All right, I'm ready to go, and I made all that fuss about wanting to read Pitch Dark and why it was the perfect book for me to bring with me. Long story short, what always happened. I took the Aesthetics of Resistance instead, because yesterday I really got into the flow, got into it, and yes, a lot of times I'm reading multiple books at once, but when I like one more than the others, I am just reading that one until it's done and finished, and then I move on. So I think that's what's happening, but I'm excited, so let's go read. So I remembered I had free will, and I got a fresh stroopwafel, and then I'm gonna go and get fresh salmon, and then go to the park and read some more and eat my salmon. Secured with the big dollop of mayo. So I'm at the library, and I brought the Aesthetics of Resistance with me, and I'm sunburned. Hey everybody, so I forgot I was doing a reading vlog because I had to leave my two books that I was reading in this vlog stranded on my bike. So anyways, I am actually reading Mother Night. I'm halfway through. I just made 2 shorts talking about it, so I really have nothing new to add, except I'm loving this Nazi narrator being beat up right now, rightfully so. Okay, actually I do want to add something that is truly jarring. Also, these are balls that I put under my neck every night, so that's why that's there. But it's quite jarring to read something that is now set in the 60s, I believe, and at this point Israel as a religious ethno-state is persecuting the narrator. Why do I not even remember his name? But there's this part here where his friend is telling him, hey, they're gonna come and get your ass for what you did. And he says they've got a country now. I mean, they've got Jewish battleships, airplanes, tanks, everything, blah, blah, blah. And because you read this and it's like, fuck the Nazis. Obviously, fuck this narrator, right? At the same time, what makes it possible for this state to persecute our narrator? You know? Kurt Vonnegut, I see you. Like, as an important writer in the American canon, yes, I get it. Even though you're not my favorite, 8. Like, I just feel that I have a newfound appreciation, especially considering that when Kurt Vonnegut's books were coming out, the Vietnam War was a process of history that was occurring to people collectively in different ways. And to have a book like this come out in that time, I just wonder, will we have fiction of this time that speaks so clearly to what is happening in the present, what has happened in the past, and warning about what could happen in the future? Possibly, and maybe I just don't know about it, and I hope that it exists.
because shit. Also this, the amateurishness, the amateurishness of it made it look like something drawn on the wall of a public lavatory. Bro, can I not read out loud? The amateurishness of it made it look like something drawn on the wall of a public lavatory. It recalled the stink, disease, twilight, humid resonance, and vile privacy of a stall in a public lavatory. Fuck, I cannot read out loud. Echoed exactly the soul's condition in a man at war. Still not my favorite prose. Not even close to some of my favorite authors. However, I see him. I see you, Kurt. Like, I see it. My mind has been changed in the last 3 to 4 pages. Like, honestly, enjoying this book immensely and much more than I thought I would. Will it be my favorite? Hell no. But it is an enjoyable reading experience that's making me think a lot about stuff. So I'm back with a new installment for the reading vlog. I actually do not know how much time has passed since the first installments, but it's another beautiful sunny day and I will be going out to tan and read all afternoon. I'm gonna just bring The Aesthetics of Resistance with me. I'm still only 50-ish pages in. Pitch Dark by Renata Adler. I'm sorry, back burner. Like, not that into it. It's good, but when you're reading something like this and writing your thesis, it's like, well, you gotta pick and choose. So I'm going to take The Aesthetics of Resistance. I have definitely felt that it's been beneficial to my thesis writing in terms of really like pinning down the reason I want to do this research to begin with. Knowing the history of not only the artwork, but of the place that a person who created the artwork. All of this situated context, I think, is so crucial. What is this tan line? To further understanding why a work of art came to be, why it exists, why it's important, and the more accessible that is to the common person, the deeper their engagement with art can be. Because in this book, I mean, it's 3 guys who basically are shaping their political identities by educating themselves, by seeking knowledge, by reading everything, and seeing their own struggle in the artwork. So, I mean, it depends a lot on many different things, on the kind of artwork it is. For example, the Rijksmuseum, a lot of the museum collection, the majority of it, is very historic works. Things from, like, forever as fuck ago up until, like, what, 1500s, 1700s. They do have more modern things on the 3rd floor. I think it's 1900 to 1950 is the most recent. But either way, it's just an interesting approach to presenting artwork to a public. And I think that one of the main comparisons that I was making was library to a museum, and the public, they do not really define what's going to be accessible to them in a library, but they know that the library is there for their use. They can go, they can seek out knowledge about their own personal interests. So if a museum focuses on presenting information to people that allows them to seek out their own interests rather than always presenting the most recognizable and therefore most famous works to try to draw people in, I feel like it's a new approach to museums as institutions. So anyways, let's go read and tan. New day. Yeah, yesterday I read The Aesthetics of Resistance, but only a few pages, like 5. And today I'm taking the Pitch Dark Renata Adler with me to go tan again, because we gotta take advantage of this high UV. And also this book is only 160 some pages or something, and I've had it for 3 months. So I feel like I just need to sit, be with it, and give it my full attention, because clearly I've been neglecting it.
but you can go too far with the undone and unspoken things.
So I decided to end the video where it just left off because honestly, there's no way I'm finishing these books within the next week. I really need to write at least fucking 16,000 words in the next 9 days for my thesis. So I figure there can always be more reading vlogs. I don't need to finish a book in each reading vlog. So if you guys enjoyed this, let me know and I will do more.